Hey everybody, this is Alzorath, and welcome back to Shadowrun Dragonfall. We're in the Kreuzbusse. Kreuzberg, home to nearly 500,000 people, and until very recently, Monica Schaefer. Once a melting pot of cultural diversity, it's now a chaotic mess of wealth and poverty, crime and commerce, anarchy and control. It's home to your little slice of Berlin, a neighborhood that locals call the Krembusse. A Kreuzbusse, sorry, I keep wanting to call it Krem. Anyway, a safe port in the eye of a storm. The ride back to the Kreuzbusse is quiet. No one is in a talking mood. As the van veers past potholes and garbage piles, the glare of streetlights and neon signs plays across your window, painting the world in a kaleidoscope of garish colors. Soon the van rounds a corner and skids into a halt in a narrow, crumbling alley. This is as far as Berlin's chaotic streets will take you. Your team wordlessly debarks. I think that's supposed to be disembarks the vehicle and climbs down into disused section of the U-Bahn tunnel system, a well-kept secret providing your team safe passage into the Kreuzbusse. Your safe house waits on the other side. Game auto-saved. Let's get inside. Oh, and we actually have to lead ourselves inside. Okay. Keep moving. Can't happen fast enough, love. The sooner we get in, the sooner I can get drunk. Wow. And I think we get to keep her. I'm not entirely sure yet. So let's go ahead and climb on up. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, what's in here? So we have a Paul Amsel. Who are you? You step inside and the squalor of the disused U-Bahn tunnel gives away to the warmth of your safe house. A man waits inside, silhouetted against dim fluorescent lighting. Something bad has happened, hasn't it? He steps forward, revealing a pale and expressionless face, light glinting off of steel-rimmed glasses. Paul Amsel, your team's fixer and landlord, part dealmaker, part information broker, one of the most well-connected men in Berlin. His eyes sweep across the team as he takes it all in, the grim faces, the hard stares, Igor's fury, Monica's absence. I had a feeling. How did she... His face is gone ashen. He swallows, takes a moment to chew the words before spitting them out. How did it happen? Something in the vault... Okay, it was too quick to be a black. I see. Okay. Glory nods, her emotions robotic and sparse. Okay... Robotic and spare. Monica died of a biofeedback-induced stroke. I can't talk for some reason. That's right. Igor thrust a gloved finger in your chest, and this idiot stood by and let it happen. Let it happen. She jacked in, she screamed, and she seized. By the time she saw why you were in trouble, it was already too late. Yeah, because you never bothered learning what to look for. Muscle contractions and micro tremors are good indicators of a Decker in distress. I'm assuming you didn't have anyone keeping an eye out for those. No, if you had, my friend wouldn't be lying dead in the basement. Shove off, Igor. We were all on the lookout for physical security, glitch included. Throwing her under the bus isn't going to help anything. Under a bus exactly where she belongs. Igor turns her face to Dietrich. She towers over him, but she stands his ground. Oh, but he stands his ground. I respect you, Dietrich. You know that, but you don't have my training. None of you have. Monica was good. She was the best, right? But she was also overconfident. She treated the job like it was a game. Do that long enough and you're going to get burned. If you'd been paying attention, you'd have figured all this out on your own by now. You'd have known that Monica needed watching as much as that door. Amsel's voice is hoarse, his expression is blank. Enough! Igor pushes ahead, heedless of the interruption. Her voice remains measured, but there is a fire in her eyes. How many seconds pass between Monica's first convulsion and her plug getting pulled? 4? 5? Do you know how much damage biofeedback can do to Decker's brain in 5 seconds? This won't. Oh, you don't have an answer for that. Of course you know. Monica died while you stood there and watched. This is all your... Okay, that's enough. And his fist smashes down on the desk behind him. Igor, you and Glitch can have it out later, but I've had enough. We need to talk action. Our client sent you into something much bigger than he'd led us to believe. I want to know why. Yeah. Right there with you. This was supposed to be a milk run. Payback isn't the only reason we need to find him. We saw something back there, something that we weren't supposed to see. It's fair to assume that we're all still in danger. Agreed, and to neutralize that danger, we need to know who we are dealing with. Let us review the events that transpired tonight. The smallest detail could be important, so hold nothing back. Verschwinge. We confronted an orc of military-grade armor. The estate was the front for whatever's going on in the basement. Verschwinge. Okay, Ansel seems taken back. He pauses for a moment before starting. The Fire Wing. Oh, that was why it seems slightly familiar. This is unexpected. You'll have to forgive me. This brings back many unpleasant memories. The Fire Wing. The most terrible of the great dragons. There are those who would disagree, but they never experienced the terror of living in her shadow. You are far too young to remember her, of course, but for Germans of my generation, the name Feuerschwinge is synonymous with chaos, destruction, and death. The dragons of today are subtle creatures, full of patience and guile. Feuerschwinge was not. After her awakening, she went on a 4-month rampage that claimed tens of thousands of lives. Huh. There is a haunted look in his eyes. Those were dark days. Countless men, women, and children were slaughtered, roasted alive in their homes by a creature of legend. No hope for salvation and no end in sight. It was horror that you cannot begin to understand. What stopped her? Why can't I can't imagine what a rampaging dragon would just go away on its own. Eventually, the Firewing was brought down by a man named Dr. Adrian Vauclair. Well, with the help of the Luftwaffe, of course, but it was an experimental weapon designed by Dr. Vauclair that finally pierced her hide. Okay. She fell to a hell of bullets and a rocket fire and crashed down into the radioactive wasteland of the Sox. Okay. This event was called the Dragonfall. Safe at last from the Dragon's Wrath, Germany celebrated Von Clair as a hero. Our own Siegfried, a modern-day dragon slayer. My own family practically worshipped the man. The Dragonfall was an important event as you make it out to be. I'm surprised I've never heard of it. Those early years of the Awakening were traumatic, Eager, not just on a national level, but on a global scale. New species of awakened animals were being discovered daily. Within 2 years of the Dragonfall, the active use of magic had returned to the world, a new source of terror for a bewildered public, and in 2021, the sudden emergence of orcs and trolls gave rise yet to another wave of global panic. In light of such turmoil, is it any surprise that Dr. Von Clair and the Firewing were forgotten? Dragons were yesterday's news. Again, all of this happened decades ago. To the best of my knowledge, the story of the Feuerschwinge was a bit of a historical trivia and nothing more. Alright, so Monica spent her dying breath to tell us about a long-dead dragon. Searching for a glimmer of insight, finally she gives up. Any ideas as to why? No, it doesn't make any more sense to me than it does to you. The Dragonfall is ancient history. Feuerschwinge has been dead and gone for 42 years. But there's one thing that I do know. Whatever Monica saw, whatever she was trying to tell us, it was important. Okay, I will look into this and I'll find answers in the meantime. Did you turn up anything else of value? That much is clear. It wasn't a minor enterprise either. The facility took serious funds to build, and that time there were more than we saw, places that don't spring up overnight. And all in secret, the owners, whoever they may be, were none too pleased by your escape, I'm sure. What else did you find? Confronted by an orc in military-grade armor, he appeared to be the head of the security. That is not much to go on. Do any details about this orc come to mind? Any distinguishing features that I could look into? It was an older guy for one. From the sound of his voice, I'm guessing mid to late 40s, pretty old for an orc. And he's had skin grafts. Most of his face looked like replacement material. If the grafts came from a legitimate hospital, there may be medical records. That is something I will see what I can find out. Did you note anything else during that run of value? That's all we got. His face drawn and haggard. It is thin, I agree. A basement, a middle-aged orc with skin grafts, and a long-forgotten world event. Whoever sent us knew what we were walking into. But why? I warned her. I told her not to take this run, but she assured me it would be a cakewalk. You didn't bring it to her? No, she set up the whole thing herself. Monica was approached recently by a man who calls himself Green Winters. He used the prominent activist in... Okay, he used to be a prominent activist in the F-state political scene. Never much liked the man, I certainly never trusted him. But Monica, she would do anything for her cause, anything for the Flux state. Winters swore that the data he was after was crucial for ensuring the future stability of the Flux. And that was all it took. Sounds like Green Winters is our best lead then. Yes, most definitely. It is clear that Green Winters has involved us in something much larger than he led Monica to believe. When he finds out what happened on the run, he's probably going to grab it. We need to chase him down before that happens. How do we find this guy? There's a man here in Cruzbasser, a Turk named Altug Bragazi, probably. He owns a little soy calf shop just down the way called Cafe Seve. This man is also purveyor of information and does have business with him from time to time, and you think he would know something about Green Winters. When I discovered Monica's renewed association with Green Winters, I contacted Altug. One of his people has been keeping tabs on Winters ever since. As I said, I do not trust the man. I'll talk to Altug and see what he knows about Green Winters. Sounds like it's about time to pay him a visit. Pragmatic. Sounds like it's about time I pay him a visit. Yes, tell him I sent you. I will do what I can to dig into the information that you've uncovered already, sparse though it may be. Sweet. We gained a little bit of karma off of this. We've also got Dante. I'm going to just double check that there's nothing in here that we can use, because this is a bit of a safe house, so we actually have equip and stash there. Yeah, we don't have anything that we can actually equip, so confirm. We have people we can talk to. See, nothing in there. And we also have the pet dog. Let's talk to Dante first. As you start towards the safe house door, a large four-legged form steps around the corner. Dante, Monica's dog, an enormous mongrel of indeterminate breed. A low whimper emerges as he enters the room, head hanging low. Oh shit, Dante. Don't worry, boy. We'll look after you. At the sight of Monica's dog, Amsel's eyes well up. He inhales but can't quite catch his breath. He started whimpering about an hour ago, turned into a full-blown howl. Couldn't stop, kept... that's when I realized something bad had happened. Looking down in those huge brown eyes, you see intelligence and sadness. He lets out a small whine and rubs his head against you. Okay. Brushing behind the ears, leans in and looks mournfully, pressing his ribs against your legs. I guess the dog is going with you, Glitch. Takes a ragged breath, then a slow, melancholy smile across his face. Well, perhaps this part of Monica lives on in Dante. Return to the safe house when you finish with Altag mein Freund. With a little luck, he can help us locate Green Winters, and we can get to the bottom of this. And now I think I should take a moment for Monica. Okay. Oh, can I not actually go back there? Oh, I can. Okay. I want to see what's going on back here. So he's with us. That's the exit. Then what's over here? If that's the exit, then what the hell is this place? Absolutely nothing. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else we can figure out in here before we move on. Okay. Get information from Green Winters. No, not yet. And please continue working. Okie dokie. Dietrich. Dietrich turns his head as you approach, his aging face traced with a network of faint scars, legacy of too many fights over too many years. While he still retains a degree of strength and vigor, it's obvious that the shaman you see today is a shadow of his former self. Despite all this, there is still an aura of power surrounding the man. He raises a bottle, offering it to you. Glitch, welcome. I've got a bottle of schnapps that needs sharing, and we've got a fallen comrade to drink too. To Monica, Prost. The liquor in the bottle is crystal clear. As you raise it, you catch an intoxicating whiff of cloves and caramel. It tastes sweet corn and walnuts with a lingering aftertaste of buttery toffee. You swallow a swig, then return to the bottle. Dietrich's outstretched hand takes a long pull from the bottle and locks eyes with you. Let me ask you a question, Glitch. What made you choose to come to Berlin? Let's see. I had my reasons. Such as, come on, boss. I'm trying to figure out who I'm working for here. I think I deserve to know that much. Run went bad and my team paid the price. Went bad, huh? Just like the run we came back from? Worse, I was the only survivor. That's rough, friend. How did it happen? Run went off without a hitch, but instead of paying us, our client decided to set up an ambush. Somebody clued our target in our arrival. They set a trap for us and we walked right into it. Set up an ambush. Okay. Miserable bastard. All right. If you're telling me it's true, how'd you walk out alive? Took ambushers down, but well, we all got shot up and I was the only one who survived. Through the timely arrival of some very well-armed friends. There's always the best kind, aren't they? Dietrich smiles and takes another swig from the bottle. So after all this went down, you decided to bail out on the Ruhrplex and head to Berlin. Am I getting that right? And Monica made the hell of an offer. Let's see. There's a bit more to it that, but yeah. So you came back on back to Berlin and to Monica. Dietrich raises his bottle again, closes his eyes, and takes a long chug. After a moment has passed, he returns his attention to you. It all comes back to our girl, doesn't it? So let me ask you, just what was your relationship with Monica anyway? I know that you two knew each other from way back, but she was pretty coy about those things. We're trading into dangerously personal territory here. Are we? Sorry about that. Never been much for boundaries. All the same, I'd like to know if you'll tell me. I always intended to get to know Monica, but it's too late to ask her in person. She did have a mysterious way about her. So what was the deal between the two of you? Don't leave me in suspense. Let's go. We were very close. Let's see where this goes. Is that so? Huh, learning something new every day. Well, anyway, good on both of you. She was a wonderful woman. I hope your time together was happy. Anyway, I've taken enough of your time and the bottle's almost empty. Thanks for taking your time to talk. For what it's worth, I'm happy you're here with us. Takes a final pull of the ball and tips it forward, pouring the rest on the ground. Rest in peace, Monica. We'll miss you, girl. So that was an interesting conversation. I'm going to talk to you last, because you're an asshole. Okay. Glory is beautiful in a waifish sort of way. Her features are almost elvish in her delicacy, but there's something cold about her that you find slightly unsettling. What's more unsettling is her chrome. Glory is rocking a heavy loadout of cyberware from head to toe. She looks to be composed more plastic and metal than she is of skin and bone. In the shadows, individuals such as this are anything but uncommon, but Glory's cyberware is first generation, all of it. Bulky, invasive, practically museum pieces. This chrome was obsolete well before she was born. Glitch. Glory shifts her gaze towards her expression is cool and placid as always. Can I help you? Let's see. Hey, Glory, how are you holding up? Don't worry about me. I'm solid. Sure, you look like you're a million miles away. I'll be with you when it counts. Right now, it doesn't. I have a question, personal one. I'm not big on sharing sport, personal reasons. You understand, I'm sure. The edge of her voice tells her that she's not interested in continuing the conversation. If you ever want to talk, I'm here. Trying to build up rapport here, I think. Eager glares at you. You can taste the bile in her stare. She clearly blames you for Monica's death. Something I can do for you, fearless leader? We need to talk about Monica. Okay, not right now. We don't. Don't push me in this, Glitch. One of these days, we're going to hash this out, and you can talk all you like about the clusterfuck that killed one of my best friends, but it won't be today. She stares at you for a moment and looks away. Best of luck with that, Glitch. Now please, leave me alone. You had no right to call me out like that. You want to step away from me, Glitch, right now. Okay. Yeah, we'll be mean to you. I don't really care. You were out of line. You're ex-military. You should know not to do that. Okay. I think I want to do a save here. And I don't know if it's going to actually save game. Yeah. Create a new save game. There we go. And we do have a little bit of karma. Yes, we're doing mostly dialogue today. Deal with it. What do we actually want to boost up? We are going to need a Decker eventually. And we could probably use some actual healing skills. So I think we want to stick with intelligence, but go with a little bit of biotech. Yeah, go ahead and bump that up. A little bit of biotech there. And do... I think that's all we really want to do right now. Yeah, confirm. So now we have a little bit of biotech and decking. Biotech is for healing boosts, so if we ever need to use med kits, we're good with that. So we have a... Oh, we have a whole town to explore now. Let's talk to people. Dwarvish tech vendor smiles at you with practiced ease, her almond eyes twinkling with the glare from a dozen trid screens. She speaks in a clipped, heavily accent German. Welcome to Data Heaven. How can I help you with something? Yeah, that's my clipped, heavily accented German there. What kind of tech do you carry? Anything and everything? You need a new deck, some software, perhaps? She taps paint fingernail against some molded plastic of her data deck, or perhaps you're a rigger like I am. Perhaps I can interest you in a new drone or two. Let's see what you got. We've already got a Sony. We actually want the Renraku, I think. But I need some skills to go with it. Can we actually sell some of our items? I'll sell you. Let's see. Do we need anything else? We actually we have the med kit. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the trauma kit. Sell those. That gives us 1412. Not a lot, unfortunately. We need suppression for sure. And I think that's the main thing we need here. And Matrix Courier, got some drone repair kits. I'm going to go with that. And is that going to be enough money? Yes, that is enough money. So let's go ahead and confirm. Okay, Renraku Craftwork. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get that off and get this on. And we'll go ahead and sell the rest of that crap. Show me what you got. Let's go ahead and view sell items, and we're going to sell that as well. Get back some of our money. I said I was going to be, like, careful with my money, but apparently, no, we're not. And the place we need to go is down there, so that's the last place we're going to go. Need to finish investigating this area. There's the Uban platform. Let's see what you have, Lane. Before you stands a troll, though there's a stretch to say he is standing at all. His great mass is barely held upright by two vintage prosthetic legs, along with a crutch under one arm. His body clicks and hums with every shift of his weight. Despite the disabilities, his eyes are sharp and calculating. I know you? If you know Monica, you know me. Sure, I know Monica. You one of hers then? I'm Glitch, by the way. Okay, good to meet you, Glitch. Name's Alexi Lane. What's your place in the cruise box? No place really, just an old relic rusting away. Something you should know about Monica. Something happened to her on the run. How'd you know? It's written all over your face. I had a feeling. Besides, Monica always comes around after a run to check on everybody. She's long overdue, and now you're here in her place, so she's either severely wounded or outright dead, which is... we lost her. Nods grimly. The servos in his prosthetics complain as he lets loose a heavy sigh. Now that's a shame. She was a hell of a runner, that one. And a good friend. I'll leave you be. So, poor Lane. We actually have a lot more people to talk with in this one than we did in the last one. What's your story? At the sound of your approach, an orc turns to face you. He wears a severe expression, but there's a kindness in his eyes. Guten Tag, elf. Can I help you with something? Is that a sort of... I take it that you run some sort of charity. Yes, it isn't much, but we do what we can, such as... Give me specifics. In the past several years, I've established a shelter where dispossessed can sleep, a soup kitchen to feed the hungry, and a library for people, and a cruiser to better themselves. It isn't much, I admit, but it's a start. A good start, Samuel. You mustn't be so hard on yourself. There is a limit to what one man, even a determined man, can accomplish. Thankfully, some of the residents have helped over the years and come back around to help me. I've got 15 assorted orcs and trolls from all around. The cruise boss are working for me now. They help me man the soup line, stock the library shelves, and do all of the 100 of other little things a community organization needs done every day. These extraordinary individuals are living proof that that what we do here has value. They are my inspiration to continue forward. From her body language, it's clear that she idolizes Beckenhammer. If not, I will bid you good day. I don't wish to sell self-important rude, but there are many pressing matters demanding my time. Are you accepting donations? Yes, of course. We actually are desperate for them. Truth be told, people seem more intent on taking care of themselves than they are in providing for the less fortunate. Of course, these concepts are not unrelated. As poverty rates increase, so does crime rate. Assisting the needy increases the quality of life for all. I think we have enough for that. This is incredibly generous. Thank you, mein Freund. Not a big deal, Sam. Okay. With this donation, we have reached our first goal. Thank you so much for your kind assistance. I will put the contributions to work stocking the shelter with blankets. Not a problem. Please do not downplay your contribution. You have shown kindness at a time when few others will. That means something. It means a great deal. You said that you worked. Okay. Taking a rather narrow view of it, what we do. Yes, it is true that my assistants are all members of the goblinoid races. Before they accepted my help, they were thieves, gangers, and deadbeats. This is not because they were bad people. This is because those of us with goblinoid traits are feared, mistreated, and denied gainful employment by a society that hates us. All that being said, our service is available to all. We wouldn't turn away a desperate person away regardless of that person's men type. Even humans, the most privileged of all races, are welcome at our door. Isn't that what's most important? Filling a vital need in the community. Thank you for saying so. Now, is there something else I can help you? Nope. So we might donate more later when we have more money. I want to finish exploring this area, although we are past that 20-minute mark. Let's see what you got, Zach Flash. The elf has clearly seen better days. His skin is weathered and emaciated as though it's been stretched too tightly over his form. Track marks line the crooks of his arms, and dirty bandages wrap his knuckles. Despite all this, he seems cheerful enough. The elf fixes his twinkling, bugged-out eyes on yours and offers you a broad smile, displaying a set of impossibly white teeth. When he speaks to you, his voice is surprisingly deep. Guten Tag, mein Freund. Are you here for some magic? Because Zach Flash is your magic man. No thanks, buddy. I'm on my way. Yeah, I'm not a mage. I'm sorry. And we've actually got a few rooms here that we can actually look at. That's the cyber clinic. That's probably where we get our cyber gear set up. I don't have the money for that, though. We're going to check out what they have right now. What do you have? As you approach the elf, you notice that he's in mid-conversation. His lips move rapidly, and his voice comes out in a low, quiet tone. The glossy plastic shell of a high-grade comlink glints in his wrist. Step away and wait for him to finish. Sorry about the wait, my friend. Welcome to the Triage Cyber Clinic. Glitch, a pleasure. Okay. Pleased to meet you, Glitch. What can I do for you? I need cyberware. Pretty much the same things as before. The induction data jack, useful deckers who don't want to sacrifice valuable headwear space. Oh, so you can actually have one in your arm instead of your head. Neat. Although we already have one in our head, so we don't need that. Can we actually unequip that? No. So, yeah. Yummy. Thankfully, it's only 0.5 essence. But that is something that we could possibly consider for later. Possibly getting some things to help our aim just a little bit. Just a wee bit. And we are almost done exploring this area. What do you have up here? This is probably going to be our weapons supplier, if I had to guess. Slimmy. Oh, this is warming herself in the light of a dim street lamp, a waif of a girl who looks far too worn for her years. The Mother Superior, she says there will be 7 for me to care for. I need to see them. 7 what? What do you have to care for? The captain's children. The Mother Superior says there are 7. Says I'm to be governess to the children. You notice a chipjack poking out beneath the young woman's unruly hair. The vacant look in her eyes marks her as a likely BTL junkie, lost between reality and any number of better-than-life virtual constructs. I need money to get back to them. You know Monica? She one of the sisters in the Abbey? No, wait, Monica. A flicker of recognition floats through. Okay. Yes, Monica. She's good to me. Brings me food to eat and tea to drink. I'm afraid I have some bad news. Despite the woman's persistent delirium, she seems to glean meaning from your tone. She died while working a job. Right, yes. A girl grips her head with claw-like hands, tugging her hair as if she might pull her brain out through her skull. I don't like this, but I can't switch it off. Girl's frail body shudders and her eyes grow large, but she does not sob. Says she smiles a sad smile, which looks to have been worn all too often. She will go to heaven, she told me. It is a place for good people, stillborn babies and childhood pets, and she was a good person. The story sounds familiar. Captain Von Tramp is very well known and respected. The poor dear lost his wife and the children and his mother. Okay. A child should not be without a mother, and a mother should not be without a child. I'm going to step away now. Okie dokie. So we've got crazy people. And we've also got statue here. And a phone. Phone rings. Okay, so that sounds ominous. What's the statue? The top of the pedestal, form of an angel stands, its outstretched wings looming over the small park, but the material is strange and uneven, giving the statue a cold Frankenstein-esque appearance. It appears that the artist has welded the monument together from various metal scraps and pieces of junk. As you approach, a small grimly lit monitor at the base of the statue flickers dimly to life. Granny face of smug young orc appears on screen. The creator of this monument, what would you like to know? Step away from the statue. We're not really interested in that. We are interested in the phone ringing, though. Pick up the receiver. Monotone pitch adjusted voice begins speaking almost immediately. The shortened layers contact for his Kais is no more. Glitch is listed as a follow-up contact. This is our only secured line to this keys. Please listen to the following instructions carefully if you are a supporter of our cause. Continue listening. We have a phone booth in strategic locations throughout the city. With each one, you may find a request posted for specific information. If you can obtain a copy of this information, return here and submit it via the port below the receiver. We will verify the authenticity of the information remotely and post an undoctored copy of it into the Matrix ourselves. This is our stated goal of information to remain free to all. However, you will be compensated for sought-after information returned to this location. The line goes silent. I'll keep an eye out. Hang up the receiver. So does it actually have anything in there? Nope. Okay, so we can actually get those for more things. But I'm going to figure out what this place down over here is first. Actually, I'm going to come down here first. I'm going to see if we can find the weapon shop, and then we're going to call it an episode, I think. Sorry for no combat this time. But it is what it is. What is down here? Oh, we've got a few things down here. Dancer's bag. U-Bahn platform. Let's do the dancer's bag thing. We'll toss 5 million into the bag. Just because we're nice, we're generous, we're giving. So that's the place we need to go. These are the few people we have left. Okay, that's talismongers? Weapons? Or spells? Probably spells. We recognize him. Something about the young elf behind the counter makes your breath catch in your chest. She's lovely to look at, but a strange kind of beauty. Her eyes are large and luminous and possibly green. As she looks up to you, you can see that her irises reflect with iridescent gold. Can I help you with something? Gentle current pulls you into the absinthe, and the sensation is pleasant as you drift. The golden specks in her eyes begin to move. Look deeper into her eyes. The golden specks in the all at once the specks explode in light and color. Absinthe eyes now fill your field of vision, and it looks as if you're drowning in alien seas. The patterns traced in shimmering specks, nearly impossible to turn away from. Lose yourself, you are lost. The entire world has been reduced to a churning vortex of green and gold. Dimly, you become aware of something that's happening. You feel your body being buffeted by unseen forces, and suddenly everything goes black. What? The deuce. Slow and painfully, you struggle your way back to consciousness. The shop's owner, Alzorath, is peering down at you, expression of concern on his face. Absinthe stands beside him, her expression one of embarrassment. Welcome back, friend. Alzorath extends a hand to help you to your feet. Absinthe shifts slightly to allow you to stand. What was that? What happened? My fault, my apologies. Sometimes when I daydream, I bring others along for the ride. It was unintentional. Yes, but there was no harm done, correct? You'll be fine. I'm going to go stand in the corner for a while. So, Algernon is a very familiar face. The elf's voice is smooth and silk and rich as clotted cream. Something about him instantly puts you at ease. I'm Algernon Halfdream, the owner of this establishment. In my shop, you will find only the finest in magical paraphernalia. Show me your inventory. Okay, so he has spells. Okay, groovy. He has a lot of spells. Good God. But anyway, let's call that an episode. If you guys enjoyed this, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you guys next time on Shadowrun Dragonfall. Bye.